guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Anna
and Lindsay,
and for this video we are going to be doing our first story time of our channel,
and it's a good one.
No, it's not a good one.
Well, it's a good story. We had an awful time having the story. So I have all what happened on my phone. I have like bullet points that I want to talk about. So it all started off when we were in Florida at Disney World. And we were at Magic Kingdom, and it was a crappy day out, like it was raining. And then we got a notification that our flight was delayed by 30 minutes. We were like, oh, okay, cool. We get to stay at Disney for 30 more minutes. Sweet. No problem. We only had an hour delay between our two flights. So we're like, okay, like we still have a half hour, like not a big deal. We'll just have to run. But then our flight got delayed another hour. We were gonna miss our connecting flight, so we called my dad and we're like, yo, David, can you try to get us on a different flight? And the only other flight was at 7, but we weren't gonna make that flight.
We got to the airport and we were gonna check in to get our tickets,
like doing the self check-in.
And they didn't let us get our tickets because they knew we were gonna miss our connecting flight, so they already moved our flight to the next morning.
Like from Orlando, like the next morning. Like it wouldn't even let us like sign into our flight because they weren't gonna let us go because we were missing our connecting flight. So they were already reassigning us to the next morning. But we had school the next morning and we really needed to be at school. So there's no possible way of us doing that.
So we had to wait in a very long line that took us about like 45 minutes to an hour. And we got up there and then the lady was nice enough and she gave us our ticket
for our original flight that had been delayed an hour and a half.
So we have our tickets and now we have to go through security.
And me and Anna had TSA pre-check, so we went through pre-check and my mom had to wait in the other line and we were just gonna wait for her. So we go through security and Anna's bag gets stopped because little Miss Smarty Pants over here didn't empty her water bottle. So, and it was like a reusable water bottle, so we're like, okay, like, can we just dump out the water? And like, no, if you want the water bottle back, you have to go back through TSA pre-check. So like, okay, the guy took Anna and her water bottle back outside of security.
So he left me when I went to this area and I emptied out my water bottle in the bathroom. And then I went to the guy where we had to hand our tickets to go through security again.
But I had her tickets on the other side.
I was like, I just went through here and I went through you and I just had to empty my water bottle. Can I go through, please? And he's like, no. And I'm like, please, I have to go through. My sister and my mom is over there.
But I had her ticket, so when the guy came back, he was like,
oh, does she have her ticket?
And I was like, no, I have it in my hand. And he was like,
well, how do you expect her to get
through? And I was like, you tell me, you didn't tell us we needed the ticket. So here I am with her ticket. She's over there. No way I can get back over there. And then I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get the ticket to her? And he was like,
well, how old is she?
And I was like, 14. He literally said,
oh.
And I was like, yeah, she's a minor. Like, what am I supposed to do? So then he like runs over to his little like head of security or whatever and is like,
yo, this is what's happening.
And then he runs around and hands Anna her ticket again.
Ticket again.
And he finally got to me and I was like, thank you so much. And then I finally gave the guy a ticket and I went through security again and it was all good.
We got to our like area, like in the airport, like where the flights are, and we go sit down. We got some food. I've never seen the airport more crowded in my entire life. This is absolutely crazy. And while I'm sitting down eating my food, already like little like annoyed, you know, I get kicked in the head by this 4-year-old that's literally doing gymnastics on the seat behind me. I got kicked in the head 2 times. Like it was literally like this, and then it kicks. Oh,
ow!
I turn around and I was like, and the mom goes, oh, I'm sorry, and I was like, it's okay. It's like, it's fine. And then he kicks me in the head again, and I was like, oh, I just want to go home.
When we got food, I got this parfait because I wanted to be like the healthy Anna, you know? And then I opened it up and it was like all liquidy or something. It was really gross. So then me and my mom had to go return it for a naked juice, and luckily the guy there was nice, our first nice guy of the day. Yeah! And he let me switch it out for a naked juice, which I love naked juice.
But the whole time in like the airport, it was just babies crying and dogs barking. I've never seen more dogs in an airport, and they're all just like barking at each other. So we were sitting at our gate, and then all of a sudden we get, oh,
Flight to Michigan is moved.
so we had to go to the other side of the airport, go to a different gate. Then we got on our flight and we took off, and then we landed in Michigan. And like, okay, like, so then we had to go to this lady and reschedule our flight because we obviously missed our connecting flight. So then my mom goes to talk to her, and we get a hotel, and we're gonna stay in the night. So then we go outside to the parking garage to wait for our bus, and it was literally, we came from 90 degrees to 32 degrees.
It was freezing. We had no coats. We were standing there
For 20 minutes.
and then, wait.
It's literally 11:30. Like, wait, what time? It was like literally 12:30 at this point. So we're tired. We just want to be home.
And there was also a dog next to us, and we were on cement, and the dog started peeing on the cement.
We did?
Yeah, and then when we came back in the morning, I saw the pee still there.
Okay, we're not to the next morning yet. We got to the hotel after a 20-minute bus ride. I'm tired and I want to go home. We're stranded in Detroit until the morning.
It's 12:36 right now. We landed our Delta flight at like 11:45. Yeah, and we missed our connecting flight to go to where we have to go home. Since it's too late for other flights, we had to come to this hotel and sleep here, and then we'll get our connecting flight in the morning, and we have to miss school. Well, good night.
And then my mom's like, oh shoot, where's my license? My mom lost her license. So we're like, okay, obviously she must have just left it at like the lady that we got our flight rescheduled, right? So we go back in the morning, it's not there. So we're like, oh cool, like, okay, it's fine, it's fine.
No, it's not.
Not a big deal, it's fine. The flight was at like 8:30, and so we got on the plane, we're all ready to go, like, it's time for takeoff. Then the guy comes over the announcement and goes,
We have a mechanical problem. It should be fixed in no time, but like, we have a mechanical problem, so it's gonna be a slight delay.
and me and Anna look at each other and we're just like, Of course this would happen to us. Of course. Like, did I expect anything more? No, of course our flight is delayed even more. But it's fine. Like, I'm still gonna make it to school for 20 minutes.
And I wanted to be at school because that was the first day I got to play in my soccer game. All this time, all this soccer season, I have been sitting on the sidelines because I hurt my foot. And finally, a week before, a couple days before we left for Florida, I got cleared to play sports. So I was so excited, and I had to be at school for 3 hours.
Like half the day.
To be able to play in the game, and I needed to be there by that hour.
And so my dad couldn't drive us to the airport because he had to work, but he also couldn't pick us up from the airport because he had to work. So our flight landed, and so we had to Uber home. It was another long drive. At my school, we have like parking spots. So like I bought a parking spot because our parking lot is literally huge. We have so many kids in my class. But my friend had been parking in my parking spot while I was away, and I texted her when we landed, and I was like, yo, you in my parking spot? And she was like, yes, I am. So I was like, great, I have to run into school now because 10:30 at this point. My class ends at 11:26. We got home at like 10:45. So I run upstairs, changed my outfit, ran out the door, grabbed my stuff for school, run into class, and this is like the fourth day. Like I missed 5 days of 2 of my classes and 4 days of one of my other classes. And we had this whole big project, and I was like, hi. And he was like, hi. And I was like, what can I do? And he was like,
how much have you been here for?
and I said, none of it. And he goes,
oh.
and I was like,
Yeah, I know.
so yeah, I went to school for 35 minutes. But that's all I needed. All I needed for my hours to count. That's all I needed.
And luckily, I got to school on time, so I got to play the soccer game, and I was so happy. But I'm so out of shape because I never got to run, but I was just happy that I could play.
So that's how this story ends. In the end, it turned out fine, but it was a little stressful in the beginning, but we did have a really great time in Florida, so.
Go check out that vlog. It'll be right here.
It's seriously my favorite video we've ever made. I love the video. Anna did a great job editing it.
If you guys like this video, please
subscribe.
Subscribe down below. It's that red button. I think you know what it looks like.
And also just click the bell next to it while you're there, so you get notified when we upload. It takes us hours to put in a lot of hard work for these videos, so we really appreciate it. We really appreciate it if you guys would leave a like and a nice comment. And speaking of comments, the comments of the video is
right here. Now it's on our faces. We hope you guys like this video.
Have a great day. If you guys have any horror stories or bad stories of airplanes and airports,
comment that down below.
Yeah, leave them down below. We want to read your stories. But we hope you guys have a great day. And we just started summer, or I'm on summer break. She's not. But yeah, I'm on summer break. So
yeah, and it's 53 degrees outside.
Get ready for some summer videos because you already know they're going to be bomb.
Has it ever been summer and your temperature outside has been 53 degrees?
Or are you on summer break yet? Because I am. All right, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!